We had a bunch of interim Cruiserweight title tournament matches on this show, one of which involving the recently released Drake Maverick. They played a very emotional video package where they showed the video that he had posted on his Twitter of him crying, talking about his release from the company, being all emotional, and saying that WWE is letting him wrestle these last 3 matches, and he's going to put everything he's got into these matches. He's not done yet. He goes, this isn't about a tournament anymore. And this was the full video package treatment where they filmed something outside and the camera was following him. It was like a big pay-per-view match. He says, I'm just one person, but I can be a beacon of light. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. Other people are going through far worse. These matches, it's all I got. These last 3 matches, it's all I got left. And he vowed to go out as the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Then we got a well-done video package introducing us to Jake Atlas, talking about how he wants to be an inspiration to others as he continues to break barriers and break stereotypes. They did everything here but actually tell you that the man is openly gay. Like, they wanted you to know, but they didn't actually want to come out and say it or let him say it. Like, now, to me personally, one's sexual orientation doesn't matter to me. But if part of his story is that he wants to break stereotypes that still exist about people who are openly gay, like openly gay athletes, then they should probably let him mention the fact that he is openly gay instead of tap dancing around it. When he talks about breaking down stereotypes and such, if you had no idea that Jake Atlas, when he got signed, it was a big deal to a lot of people because he is this openly gay professional wrestler. If you knew nothing about Jake Atlas coming into this, you would be watching this and you might be asking yourself, what the hell is this guy talking about? Breaking stereotypes? And what stereotypes? What is he talking about? But it's like they're afraid to come out and actually say it. You can't you can't have it both ways. Just be open about it and acknowledge why this is such a big deal to him. There's no shame in that. But they couldn't do it. So they had a match, Jake Atlas against Drake Maverick, Jake and Drake. Group A match in the interim Cruiserweight title tournament. This is a very good match. Atlas won. And I look at this and I laugh. Remember a few weeks ago when there were a few idiots on Twitter who were making such a big stink about the fact that Jake Atlas, he did the job to somebody. It might have been Dexter Loomis. And he had some offense. He was, slightly competitive in the match, but he lost. And there was some person, I forgot, it was like a woman or so, I don't know. Some people were going off on, oh, how awful, they're burying Jake Atlas, and WWE, they're taking this openly gay guy and they're burying him. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It was the first match that he ever had on NXT. He showed some competitive fire and he lost. They do that with everybody, regardless of who they are, regardless of what they look like, regardless of what their story is. Jake Atlas is no different than any of them. It's one match and people were freaking out. Well, here he is, and he got a big win. We'll see if these people speak up and what they have to say about the fact that Jake Atlas got a win here on NXT. I haven't heard anybody talking about that. Where are these people now? So he got the win. He hit a pretty cool-looking cartwheel DDT. Maverick had gone for a Rana off the top. Atlas didn't go. And he basically kind of balanced himself on the top rope and did this cartwheel into a swinging DDT, and he got the pin. And he got the pin on Drake Maverick. This may have been great storytelling for television. The video packages were very well done. The match was very good. I know they're going for emotion here because of the very real story behind what's going on with Drake Maverick. It may have been great storytelling for their TV show. I find this entire thing to be completely gross. First, they fire the guy. Then they turn his very real firing. It's not a work. They take his very real firing into a television story. They turn it into a television storyline while bringing him in to wrestle in the middle of a pandemic. He may be okay with it. I don't know where his head is at. But regardless, I find it gross. And PWInsider came out and said, look, there's a lot of people thinking, well, this must mean it's work. He's been rehired. He's still very much fired. They've got him for the 90 days, and they saw the reaction to the video that he posted when he was crying his eyes out, and they said, boy, we ought to use this. And so they've turned it into a storyline, but as things stand, he is still very much released. And when those 90 days are up, not to say they won't bring him back at some point in the future, but he's done. Doesn't mean they can't change their mind and hire him back later on. They probably should. I think he's got a lot of value. I was surprised, honestly. I mean, not that they were doing big things with him and he wasn't with AOP anymore, but I didn't expect him to be on the list of cuts. EC3, I expected that. Drake Maverick, not so much. They probably should hire him back. But that hasn't happened yet. His release was very real, and to work an angle around it and focus so heavily on him losing his job, if in fact he has not been hired back, and again, all indications are that he hasn't been, I just find that incredibly tacky.